Hi everyone, it's Roberta. I have a couple of sheets of Danina 65-pound weight paper glued together. I painted it with some gesso and some pavement, a dark gray color. And then after that dried, I put out some white and fuchsia paint in little drops all over. You can still see the little circles of where some of the drops of paint were laid down. And then all I did was take the paintbrush and just paint it on to get this texture, which is something I've been doing for the last couple weeks and I really like it. So I'm just going to show how I do it. There's nothing special to it, it's just laying it out and sweeping it with a brush. And then this time I'm going to go in this direction, and I'm using teal and a mint green color. The green is called Key West, and the turquoisey teal is called Caribbean. So I'm just moving these other colors out of my way so I have room to put this. And so again, I'm just going to drop a couple of drops in a few different places. And I'm not trying to get full coverage. And this one has a little bit more water consistency. And so we'll see what we get with this. And as you see, it still has a lot of the paint in the bristles. And then I can go back over. I see a hair, one of the bristles from the paintbrush. I need to get that off. And then from here I just brush it. This is a fairly old paintbrush, so there will be bristles that'll be coming off. Now on this I also want to add some white. This one is almost out. I'll use the other one. And for this I want to go in a different direction, so I'm going to go diagonally. Need to clean off my desk. I've been busy making more bookmarks. I'm going to add another color. I think I'll add lime green. Really bright green. This is called Kiwi. And I do this knowing that a lot of times these colors are not going to mix well, but it tends to make an interesting color combination that I end up being happy with, so I keep doing it. Alright. So now this is going to go diagonally. and back and forth. At this point you barely see any of the original pink that was on here. Now I need to get rid of this color because I do want to reintroduce the pink. So I'm going to set this off to the side. Pull this out. And this is just my composition book. It's my 5th composition book for excess paint. And all I do is just try to get rid of the extra paint and try to use it in different ways by adding more and more layers of ink from the paintbrush or from my sponges or my water brush. And the other way to use it, like I like this the way it is. So I'm going to leave that and I'm going to go to this one. And I'm going to spray this whole page with water and the paintbrush too. And this way I can get more of this paint off. And this gives me full coverage for the background on this part of the paper. And I'm going to turn it around and do on this side as well, because I want to get all that off. Since I'm going to put pink down on the paper I just painted, I want to make sure there's no more of this green on there. And the paint goes down into the bristles, so you want to make sure you get that off. Okay, for the rest of that, I'm going to go ahead and just stick it in some water. Pull out my old towel. I've had this for going on 3 years now. Same old kitchen towel that I use for doing what I'm going to do, which is just clean out a brush, or clean up glue, or gesso, or ink. That's what this towel is used for. And so we've gotten most of that out, so now we just need to dry it. And then I need to dry this as well. And the reason I have a rubber band on here is this is so old, it's got like a short in there, so if it moves, then it'll quit working. The connection doesn't work. Like that. Okay, so that should be dry enough. So again, with the white, and we're going to go in the up and down direction this time. And that's the wrong pink, we used fuchsia. And then up and down. Okay, we're going to leave that as it is. And again, we have to get rid of the paint. And I'm going to do one more layer of color on that. And pink and yellow go together fairly well, so I'll add some on this. And as you see, the paint is up here, not on the end of the bristles, so it's harder to get it out right now. And one thing that will help that is just to spritz it. And the pink should turn the yellow to an orangey kind of a color, like a peach. And I just use old coffee mugs, and this still has a sponge in it, and I've been using this water for a couple of days. It's mostly gesso in here. Okay. And then for this one, I'm going to go back to the Caribbean and white. And they're going to go this direction. And lighter on the color this time. I'm going to start from the white end and then drag it, turn the brush around. And then over this end. Alright, and so that's it. I love the pretty colors that are on here. Let's see if there's a page to add it to. This one here. Yeah, the colors aren't going to be coming out real easy on this one. I will take care of that in a little bit. I'm going to let this dry. Just let me know what you think of the technique of using an old paintbrush, and make sure if you do the technique that I'm doing that the edges are not cut so they're flush. You want them all different lengths, because you could even just pounce it and then pounce around and you just get the little tips of paint. But this one we did the stroke in different directions to get somewhat of a plaid what's the word I'm looking for? Not textured. Like a vintagey old rough look. Anyway, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Click on subscribe. Click on the bell so you get notified of any new videos. And if you would, you could share on your Facebook or YouTube channel or any other Facebook page. Thank you. Have a blessed day.